Hey, good morning, everybody. It is great to be back with you all again. Phil Friedman here on an absolutely pristine and gorgeous morning. Just look at how beautiful it is out there. And of course, things are starting to settle down weather-wise. We've got some flat, calm seas and boats spreading out everywhere. You know what time it is, everybody? Hold on. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Hey, it is great to be back with you here at 22nd Street Landing, beautiful San Pedro. It's a gorgeous morning. There's no doubt about it. We do have some weather on the horizon, but Sunday, it's going to be pristine. So if you're thinking about getting out, do it by Sunday, because by Monday evening, it's going to be nasty. And Tuesday, you might as well just flush it right down the drain. It's not looking very good at all, and that will extend into Wednesday, and then we go back to some really nice weather. This is not very common for a November in SoCal or down there in northern Baja California. It just isn't. These normally are our best weather months, but not this year. It has been really a windy year from the very, very beginning. You remember how many trips we're canceling all the time? We had to cancel several of our Friedman Adventures trips. So hopefully we get to this next stretch of nice weather. It'll hold for a while, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, next Saturday at 9 a.m. until 4 p.m., we'll be in La Mirada, and we'd love you to come down because we're going to go through a lot of the donations that have been given to us to take to Mexico and organize them in, put like kid stuff here, adult stuff here, medical supplies here, and we could really use your help. From 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., we'll be at La Mirada. Now, Greg Bates, who's a great guy and a big part of Friedman Adventures, is going to bring down the grill and grill up some cheeseburgers for all of you who show up. So Greg's a great cook. He cooks on the Relentless sometimes. Of course, he put on that big cooking extravaganza that we had here with, of course, Chef Jason and Anthony Malfitano and all kinds of other great guys, John Moore, all those guys, Dennis, who came out. I don't want to leave anybody out, is what I'm trying to say, but Greg is going to be cooking at this event, and it should be a lot of fun. La Mirada, if you want more information, send Greg a text at 714-868-1577. Send him a text. He'll get you the information on where it is, when to be there. If you can make it in the afternoon, perfect. If you can only make it in the morning, perfect. But we could really use your help because we've got a lot of goods headed down to Mexico on January the 6th. That'll be one big day. It's called Dia de Reyes, and it's a very big gift-giving day in Mexico, perhaps bigger than Christmas. So we need your help. And if you could show up, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of goofing around that goes on while we're separating everything, and just a lot of plain fun. So that would be fantastic if you're able to help there. All right, so Bluefin tuna, are they around? Sean Roberts on the Pride posted on a post that I had on Facebook. I was concerned about water temperatures dropping. I was concerned about whether we'd have a little bit of a delay with regard to the bluefin tuna bite, and Sean said, no. Several boats are catching bluefin tuna. So that comes from Sean Roberts, who is out on a 2-day trip right now with our good friends from the 540 Slingers Club, Jeff Yeomans and company on board. And of course, fingers crossed that they get him, because we love Jeff. We love the 540 Slingers Club. We work together with them on so many projects, and there's nobody in this business who loves to share his love of jig fishing with a 10-foot rod more than Jeff and all the guys over there at 540 Slingers. So hopefully they're in to the bluefin tuna that Sean says was biting full speed. Normally you will get a drop in water temperature after a blow like that, and that fish doesn't bite full speed, wide open. And that was my major preoccupation. But Sean said he heard from numerous boats that were getting them, so hopefully they are on it again. Now, that fish previous to the blow, since we don't really have all that much current info going on quite yet, I'm hoping they're getting them there today. Previous, there was daytime fish, and it was biting on the 40 to 60 pound fluorocarbons. Sometimes you even had to drop down to 25. We love OpsonUSA.com, www.OpsonUSA.com. Put in FA at checkout, and Greg Brown will send you a love note as well as a free gift. But definitely want to be fishing the floor. Definitely want to be choosing a good hot bait. And hook sizes from a number 2, which is when you're fishing smaller grade and finicky fish, to a 2.0 size hook. That's when working best of all. At night, of course, that's when you're going to be fishing knife jigs, flat falls, those kinds of lures, SK lures by Daiwa, and you want to go somewhere in that 200 gram to 500 gram. What will determine that is how deep the fish are and the wind and current. That's why you need to make friends with a crew member, and they will steer you in the right direction. So, as I say, things are trying to get back to normal. They're going to go down the drain Tuesday for sure. Monday night is going to be very, very windy out in that region again. And hopefully we'll get some fish on here today. I'll special update you if anything big goes on. And of course, I will also keep you in touch with the very latest with regard to everything else. That yellowfin tuna down south of Point Loma, down there at 100 miles, we'll get a better idea of what is going on with that later on today. Also, there's some boats down there in that neck of the woods giving that a look. Hopefully that's going to hang in there. And I know they had a water temp drop also. We were out of Victor's blackfin down there out of Ensenada, and we ran and couldn't get out of 65-degree water, and that's just not warm enough for yellowfin tuna. And we worked hard, man. Blackfin, I love those guys, Victor and Ignacio and Russo and the whole team down there. Fantastic. And by the way, we have plans to be down there with those guys again November the 26th. This time we'll be helping one of the local orphanages. So we're going to be bringing down lots of goods and stuff and team up with Blackfin to make a contribution to an orphanage down there. So we're going to be kicking our Mexico efforts into gear early, and that should be good. So those day-and-a-half boats looking for that yellowfin tuna. There was some smaller grade YFT, and then there was fish to 60 pounds down there. Dorado had become more and more scarce as we were moving along, and I've got to think that they're even more scarce now with that water temperature drop, but we'll keep watching that for you very, very closely, see if that's ready to come back. And fishing that tuna, you can go from 25 to 40 pound. You have those two outfits with you. You should be in really good shape. And also, I know some guys are already talking about Collinette and going down there where there's copious amounts of big rockfish. They're beautiful, giant grade rockfish, and some hellaciously good yellowtail fishing at times. Most of that fish is on the dropper loop. Most of that fish is on the yo-yo iron. It is really fun. Sometimes you drop down with a jig and catch a big old ling. Sometimes you get a 30-pound yellowtail. So that's in the very near future. And who knows, maybe somebody will be offshore and not have any luck and go in there and give that a look. And we may have some breaking news here by this weekend. We'll watch that very closely. Several guys are looking at the Coronado Islands today, and we'll see if that bite continues because it's been outstanding there. I mean, really good fishing at the Coronado Islands with yellowtail in the deeper water. That's yo-yo ironfish. That's also dropper loop fishing. That's 25 to 40 pound when you're fishing bait. When you're fishing yo-yo iron, nothing less than 40. You can go right on up to the 60 as far as I'm concerned. I really like heavy line when fishing the yo-yo iron. So that is also within the mix. Now, San Clemente, Catalina, Channel Islands, not a whole lot going on. It wouldn't surprise me to see some yellows, especially if you get a tank of live squid. And there's still a lot of that market squid flushing in to Southern California. And even in northern Baja, we've heard of some squid down there around Salsipuedes and some other areas that those guys are turning into some good yellowtail catches. So we'll watch all those islands for you. Up there in the Channel Islands, there's been some little hits on the halibut. The Aloha Spirit a few days ago had a nice hit with 6, 7 nice flatties. So all that squid is a magnet. It brings predators. Sometimes that predator bite will manifest itself immediately, and other times it takes a while, sometimes even into the spring. But if you're thinking about next season, I love the fact that they've got all that squid. And the Channel Islands has been the epicenter of some really great fishing. Don't forget that. We love Ventura Sport Fishing. We love all the guys up there. But Ventura Sport Fishing, 805-676-3474. You've got Tucker on the Endeavor. You got Cody Rogers on the Island Spirit. You've got the old Matt Walsh which is now the California up there. Steve runs that and does such a great job. So several great boats out of Ventura that you can jump on. And man, Sunday should be a gorgeous day. Island Spirit is out this morning picking away at whitefish and rockfish, that kind of stuff. They'll be out again tomorrow, and it's going to be a pristine, beautiful day right before another big blow. It's your chance to get out and make some things happen. So keep that in mind. So we're continuing to watch all of this for you along the coast, sculpin rockfish, that kind of thing. A few bonita also bouncing around Catalina Island early today. Heard from one guy that was catching bonita out there, a private boater friend of mine. Not seeing any yellows or anything else, but he was just getting started on this gloriously beautiful Saturday morning. All right, folks, we are going to continue to watch this for you very, very closely. Of course, when we take a look into the future, we have to factor in that we have that wind coming again. And again, that's going to be Monday evening. Tuesday looks like a complete loss. Things try to settle down on Wednesday, and then by Thursday and through the weekend, looks like it's going to be really, really gorgeous. All right, my friends, I'm wishing you a fantastic day today. Hope you all do really, really well. And of course, I'll be watching everything for you as we move along. Take great care. Hope to see you soon. Phil Friedman here from Friedman Adventures, thanking you all for keeping our stats soaring so high and asking you to hit that like button. Give us a thumbs up, as we really do appreciate it. Take care. I hope to see you soon, my friends. We gave this a good hard look, but we're going to start heading south again. Those dolphin were not holding, so off we go, heading south.